Everybody, JC here with another TNI news video. And today I'm going to be focusing on DC comic related products. Tomorrow I've got a second video lined up where I'm going to discuss some happenings in the world of Marvel, Marvel Legends and stuff. At least I'm hoping to. I've got some actually pretty exciting news for Marvel. I just don't know if I'm going to be allowed to talk about it yet or not, but hopefully I will. But again, today I'm going to be focusing on DC comic stuff. So we got a couple of new things that were revealed this week, and then also I just want to talk to you guys about DC icons from DC Collectibles, the status of that line. A lot of you have been asking, and I've been doing some digging around, so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. But first off, I wanted to share with you guys information and these images that gives us our first look at the new Wonder Woman movie 6-inch MAFEX figure from Medicom Toys. Now, you can see from these images, it looks like this figure is just essentially a reissue of the Dawn of Justice MAFEX Wonder Woman figure. The only difference, as far as I can tell, is this new figure will have a different shield than the Dawn of Justice one came with, and then also it's going to have an alternate head, a teeth kind of gritting head that we did not see with the previous one. But otherwise it looks like the exact same figure, and you get the two different versions of the magic lasso. So if you already have that Dawn of Justice figure, then you're probably going to pass on this one. I don't see much need to get the second one if you already have that one. But if you missed out on the Dawn of Justice one, then you may want to check this one out. Also revealed was a look at the MAFEX Batman Begins Kristen Bale Batman figure. So we got a Dark Knight one previously from MAFEX, but now we're getting Batman Begins. This one seems to have a alternate chest plate that you can switch out, and an alternate head, an unmasked Kristen Bale head. I can't say that this, from this image at least, that the head sculpt looks that much like Kristen Bale to me. Also, you're going to get the Batarang and the grapple gun for him. Basically, it looks like the gimmick with this is you can switch it out, switch the head, remove the cape, which looks like is a cloth type cape, and switch the chest plate. So essentially you've got, Kristen Bale kind of in his, not really, like in a suit, but basically getting ready to change into the Bat costume. Okay, and then finally, like I said, I wanted to talk to you guys about DC Comic Icons. This past week, I'd been reviewing the new box set, the Justice League Rebirth box set, and several of you in the comments section had been asking and had heard rumors about the single-carded figures ending and wanted to know if I had any information on that. So I did some digging. What I can tell you is, first of all, I talked to the folks at DC Collectibles quite extensively, and he never once mentioned anything about the single pack figures for DC Icons ending. Now, I have reached out to DC Collectibles via email asking them about this. They've yet to get back to me. They told me they were checking on it. Basically, I have to reach out to their PR, and then they have to check with the people involved with the actual toy line and everything and get back. So I have not yet gotten an official word back from them. However, I also checked with a number of different retailers who sell these products, and they checked their listings, and at this time, nothing has been listed as canceled. So all the figures that we saw at Comic-Con are still slated for release, as well as the new stuff that they showed at Toy Fair. Now, I do have some tentative release dates for all of these figures for you. Keep in mind, these are tentative. That's what they're being listed as. But the one thing DC Collectibles is not good at is keeping their release dates. So, I'm not going to say 100% these release dates are set in stone. But I did put together release dates for everything that's coming this year for the Icons line. So we've got the Static Shock figure, the Swamp Thing figure, the New 52 version of Wonder Woman. We got the Rebirth version in the box set, and now we're going to get a New 52 version that's coming. And those, and Deathstroke the Terminator, and then the Deluxe Cyborg figure. Those are all slated to be released early next month. Now, moving on to other single-pack figures, so we've got, well, this is actually a two-pack. We've got the Blue Beetle and the Booster Gold two-pack. That'll be released in June. We've got the Demon figure. That's still slated for a June release. And then we've got Sinestro, Shazam, and Deadshot. Those are all slated for June releases. And as of right now, based on like these retailers that sell it and the information they're getting, these figures are still coming. So some of you have said, oh, these are going to be canceled or what have you, but there's no official information anywhere at this time that is suggesting that these figures are not going to be released. Okay, so that's what I want to be clear on. Again, I'm not saying that, if you saw somebody reporting that single pack figures were ending, I'm not here to tell you. I don't have an official word from DC Collectibles at this time to say that is incorrect information, but I am telling you, based on my conversations with DC Collectibles at Toy Fair and based on information I'm seeing from retailers that are selling these figures, there is no indication that these have been canceled or that single pack figures are going to be ending, at least not this year. Maybe next year, who knows, but not this year. Catwoman, the Icons Catwoman figure, that's slated for a July release. And then we've got the Super Sons 2-pack, which was one of the new things that debuted at Toy Fair. That's slated for a September release. Then we've got the Rebirth Supergirl figure, which was another new figure shown at Toy Fair. And then the Hush Nightwing figure. Those are all slated with September releases as well. And then finally, to end out the year, right before Christmas, we're going to get that Superman versus Doomsday 2-pack. Now, any of this can obviously change because all of this is going to be based on sales. And this is where I caution you guys who start just going around and say, oh, the line's canceled, or they're not going to do single pack figures anymore, or things like that, is when you start doing that, you have to realize that this is a very close niche hobby, that rumors like that can spread very quickly throughout the fandom. And if somebody starts to hear, oh, well, what, this line's canceled? Well, then their thought may be, well, why am I going to buy these figures that are out now, that are being released now? What's the point if the line's just going to be canceled? And so when you start spreading those kinds of rumors around, you're almost creating a self-fulfilling prophecy by, basically people, scaring people away from the line, and then the sales aren't there, and then the retailers don't want to buy them anymore, and then DC Collectibles has no choice but, or any toy company for that matter, has no choice but to not make the figures. That's just something you've got to think about. I know there's a lot of news that comes your way and a lot of rumors and everything, and it's hard to filter what's real and what's not. Truth is, I got word, just shortly leading up to Toy Fair, a month out from Toy Fair, with DC Collectibles telling me the movie line wasn't canceled, and that's what I reported to you. And then we found out it was put on hold. So again, things change, and they can change quickly. Or sometimes you get just one party in the company has misinformation. Another example of that is if you watch Pixel Dan's interview with the folks at DC Collectibles about the Batcave, the Batman the Animated Series Batcave. In that interview, they say that there's no backdrop coming. And I had some of you, say, oh, well, DC Collectibles said there's no backdrop. But if you go and you watch Artemis Prime's interview, which was done like a couple of days later, you'll see that they say that a backdrop will be included. It probably won't be or might not be the one that was shown at Toy Fair, which was a pretty thick plastic backdrop. I think what's going to end up happening with that is that they're going to do a thin cardboard insert in the packaging that you can pull out and use as a backdrop for that if you want. So it won't be the one that we saw at Toy Fair. But in fact, there will be some type of backdrop included with it that you can use with that Batcave. But in that instance, there was obviously a miscommunication between the people there, and we got two different stories. So like I said, it's easy to get things mixed up, and again, I'm not sitting here telling you somebody's wrong or what have you. But at this time, I am telling you that there's nothing that I've been able to find concrete that would lead me to believe that the Icon single packs are ending this year, and that everything that we've seen solicited up until this point is still slated for release. Now, if that changes, if DC Collectibles comes back to me next week sometime and says, yeah, unfortunately, the sales aren't there and we are canceling something, then I will be sure to update this story. I'll do a video, probably post it on TNI as well. So I will definitely update you guys, and I will keep on DC Collectibles to get an official answer on that as much as I can. So if you're into the DC icons and you have them on pre-order someplace, I would, even if you're hearing somebody say they're canceled, I would keep the pre-order going. If you've been thinking about pre-ordering them, I would definitely go ahead and do so. And even if you buy these from like your local comic and specialty shop, you can go in there and, make sure that they have the figures on order through Diamond or what have you. You don't necessarily have to pre-order it, but, ask your comic book shop owner if he's got those figures ordered. And that's the sure way to keep the line going, is to make sure that the figures continue to sell. Okay, so that's it for today. Again, tomorrow I'm going to do a news video related to Marvel stuff. I have some interesting news that I'm hopeful that I can share with you guys, so keeping my fingers crossed. Hope you tune in, and until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.